Are we on? Hey, hello everyone. In our last video, the in-depth analysis on the provision store business, we told you that we did not one, but 2 interviews. However, we were only able to bring one of the interview to you because we didn't want the video to be too long. If you haven't watched that video, there's a link at the end of this video for you to watch that. But this interview is very important because we actually interviewed a professional and he gave us more tips in addition to the one that we got from the first interview. And he also gave us a very vital tip on how you can improve that gross profit. So let's watch this interview and I'll see you after it. You might be wondering why I'm in front of a pharmacy when I'm supposed to be in front of a provision store. Well, pharmacies have gotten smarter. Come with me, let me show you what I'm talking about. Hello everyone, I'm here with Pharmacist Iyala Audu Kris of Clinic Medic Pharmacy and Stores. Pharmacist Kris, you're welcome to Top 10 Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Alright, Pharmacist Kris, traditionally, pharmacies don't have provision stores attached to it. Back in the days, I know some pharmacies that wouldn't even sell bottled water for fear of people self-medicating themselves. Of course, self-medication is wrong. So, what changed?
Well, I think, first, the aim is to satisfy the customer.
You're right.
So because we want to satisfy the customer, we want the customer to get everything they need at one spot.
In one location.
Yes. And usually, when there's professionalism involved, the customer is more at home when he gets things from a professional. And there are other practices that let's say provision people that are not schooled will do that the professional will not do. And most of those other things are even pharmaceutical products, like the baby food and stuff. They are produced by pharmaceutical companies.
You're right. You're right.
So it's more with the professional to know what to give at a particular time. And when you give drug, there are food you need to eat. There are things you need to eat
complement the drug.
To either complement or that will affect the action of the drug. They call them interaction, drug-food interaction. So it is a holistic approach, and globally, I think that's the practice as it is now.
All right. For how long have you been in this business?
Well, as a professional, immediately I left school. That's about more than 10 years now. I started a business, but not on my own. Usually it's better to get experience from somewhere.
That's the best.
Yes. So I've had more than 10 years experience, but I started the business as a CEO 3 years ago.
That's beautiful. We have been encouraging people to take the bold step into ownership, entrepreneurship, stand on your own and do what you have to do. Another thing that I've noticed in most pharmacies that have provision store attached to it is the organization, how they have things arranged and all that. I've noticed you have a computer, you have printer, barcode scanner, and all of that. Has those things actually help improve the way you run the business?
Yes, definitely. When you sell things, especially daily needs, things that people use daily, one thing you need to be conscious of is to check to make sure that those things are original. There are a lot of fake and stuff.
All right.
But with the computer and the barcode system, only with the barcode system you could know a fake product. Well, because, for example, you scan a bottled water, they have the same barcode. For example, if there's a particular brand, I don't want to start advertising for any company.
No, you don't have to.
So if there's a particular bottled water, anytime you scan that particular one, it should reflect on your system. Yeah. Anyone that doesn't reflect, it means it's fake. Yeah. And also, You know, when there's inventory management,
You're right.
you know, most places that don't do inventory, you know, the computer assists you in doing your inventory.
All right.
By the time you are doing the inventory, a computer is garbage in, garbage out. If you have 10 products on the system, if you sell one, it makes it 9. So at each point, you don't need to say you want to start doing stock taking every day to know your stock level. And it also helps you a lot, especially on inventory. It tells you when your stock are going down. It tells you when your stock are expiring. It gives you a beep. Wow. Yes, so it's a lot good advantage. And another thing is, you know, when with customers, when you print something and give to them, you know, in Nigeria, usually there's no fixed price for people selling provision. You can go to a shop, buy something for 1 naira, somebody else come buy the same thing for 1 naira, 50 kobo. Yeah. So, but in places like this, that there are standards, the prices are fixed, and it's printed from system, people are more comfortable patronizing us.
You're right. That goes to management of the store, and also to make sure that you are progressing at the rate that you need to progress. No need for confusions and all that. A lot of people will be wondering, because I try to tell my viewers that this business are profitable, but they need to hear from a person that actually owns one and runs one. You know, has the business been as profitable as you expected it before you got in?
You know, one thing with business, you need to have the passion first, because when you put profit as you're pushing, as the team pushing you, you might be disappointed. Yes, but when you are passionate about what you are doing, whether you are making profit at the beginning or not, and usually everything grows. You start small, you make small mistake, you grow. The big people of this world now, they started small, most of them. So there's need for you to start small. On the profit aspect, you know, when you are into business, you cannot say, okay, this is what I keep making every time. The market fluctuates, especially daily needs. Yes. Like depending on the month, depending on the weather and stuff, a lot of things change. But at least in a business, you should be able to pay for the basic needs. If you are renting a place, you need to pay for the place. You pay your staff and on time too. You get them motivated. And if your business can take care of those basic needs, forgetting about the excess. Another thing people don't know is when you calculate profit, when you say profit, people mistaking gross and net. Yes. So for gross, because definitely you won't buy something and sell it cheaper than what you bought. You understand? But by the time your running costs, you remove your running costs, and that's what you now really check if you are making profit. But as it is, every business is bound to make profit. So when we started, actually, it was hard, but with time we will keep growing, the profit margins keep increasing, and we hope to increase more.
That's beautiful. Words of wisdom from a person that actually runs this shop. Markup. I've heard of some industry standard markups on some of these products. Is there one for this field?
Well, for pharmacy there is. Okay. For pharmacy there is 1.5. 1.5, that's the standard from our regulatory bodies.
1.5 is like 50%?
50%, yes. Meaning if you buy a thing for 100 naira, it's only 150. But depending on the environment. Yeah. But people staying in the metropolitan states, or people staying in the urban areas, they could do 1.5. But depending on areas, some people do 1.3. Though is against the practice, because in the pharmacy practice, the markup is supposed to be the same. So when the markup is the same, it reduces competition because it's professional services. So why would somebody leave a pharmacy close to his house and go to another pharmacy
to get the same product?
But if the markup is the same, if you are getting the product 10 naira here, if you go there, it's 10 naira. So it saves the patient the transport or the stress of even leaving the one close to him and going to another one. But because of the Nigerian factor and mostly the location, we tend to taper down on the markup.
Yeah. At your detriment?
Not really. You know, when you have product and you don't sell, because when other people are selling cheaper, they are selling the same authentic product cheaper. You know, no matter the customer relation, though customer relation is very key.
Very important. I've heard that from several CEOs.
No, it's very key. It's very key because when you try not to lose any customer, we go extra length to make sure we satisfy our customers, so that they are the ones that will sing your song to other people and more people will come. But for the provision aspect, well, we standard is supposed to be like 1.2, meaning if you buy something 100 naira, sell it 120. But usually we don't do up to 1.2 in some cases. But you know, in business there are sometimes you are privy. You know, information is key. So sometimes you are privy to a particular source. I give you an example. Let's say distributors sell something for 100 naira, and you are lucky you had direct connection with the producer. Yes, and you now get your 80. You understand?
That is smart.
You will now still sell at maybe the markup that the
industry requires
that are using. So that from that you get advantage. So that's why usually when you are in business, you keep your doors open, you open yourself for information, you keep yourself abreast of current happenings, and opportunities will come, you tap into it, and by the grace of God, you move to a greater height.
This is beautiful. This is insightful, and this is great to hear. Any last word for any person thinking of going into the provision stores business? Of course, you have to be a pharmacist before you can, do pharmacy.
Okay. Well, for provision stores and daily needs, I think you know the people, the country is developing. A lot of places are springing up. People need these things daily. So because people need this thing daily, we might not be able to satisfy everybody. So, but one of the very important things we need to do is, one, you must have that passion for it. If you have that passion, just make sure that you start small. Because when you don't start small, your mistakes will be big.
Exactly.
You start small, no matter how small, you start like that, and by the grace of God, you will grow. For people trying to venture into provision business, try to make sure you get a good source. You know, most of these provisions, they are different sources for them. And when you are not sure of the source, especially if somebody gets something from you, and at the end of the day, the thing is not giving the person the result as expected, or the person feels it's fake, the person will come back to you, and the person will talk to other people. They won't come to you. They will mark you as somebody that sells fake product. So when you are sure of your source, then your customer relation is very key. Make sure you relate well with your customers. You can go to the extent of then out of stock. Out of stock means when you don't have something. When you don't have something, you know when your response to out of stock is very key. When for example, somebody comes look for something today, you say, sorry, we don't have, please come back tomorrow. Make sure you get that thing, because the person might come back tomorrow. It's not in 100% cases that they come back. If they don't come back, eventually another day they come back. They will know that, okay, you are serious about what you are doing. You need to save, you do a little bit of investment and venture into it. But when you venture into it, don't expect that after 1 year you will be big. Just grow it, and before you know, the business will be running itself.
You are right. Thank you very much, Pharmacist Kris, for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
Now you have heard words of wisdom, words from years of experience from Pharmacist Kris. What are you waiting for? This is your time. Pharmacist Kris, thank you for having us at Clinic Medic Pharmacy. I buy most of my pharmaceutical product that my family use and provision store from here. So that was why I was able to talk to him, because the way he relates to customers has been key. It endeared me to him. So do well to patronize him whenever you are in this area of Kubwa or Abuja. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Welcome, yeah.
Did you get all that? Now, every one of the people we interviewed on this business keeps talking about passion, dedication, patience, giving it time to grow. But he also added that you should start small so that if you make any mistakes, the mistake will be small. And he also said customer relationship is very important. Take those things seriously. Most importantly, he mentioned how you can improve your gross profit. The big businesses do it. As a manufacturer, when we supply products to the big chain stores, they always want to haggle and get the cheapest possible on those products, because the cheaper you get it, the more profit you make. In our in-depth analysis video, we calculated it with 10%, the barest minimum. However, if you can push this by getting lower with the manufacturer or a distributor, then it's a win-win situation. This rounds up the in-depth analysis on the provision stores business. I think you have a reasonable amount of information that will make you successful if your passion is this business. The two people we interviewed in these businesses are gracious enough to give us their contact, which is in the description below. Call them for mentorship, ask them for advice. They will give you advice from their wealth of experience. If you want them to supply you, feel free and call them if it's possible for them to do, or to direct you to where you get some of the information that you need. I'm sure they can do that. And if you want to patronize them, please feel free. They are all legitimate businesses. Next on the list of our top 10 businesses you must start this 2020, if you haven't watched that video, the link is at the end of this as well, is Hiking Adventure Sports and Dance Studios or Club. Now, we have done 2 interviews already on this, and we are doing the post-production. Now, we're going to do in-depth analysis as well on this, so that you will see what it entails to go into this business and be successful. So keep interacting with my videos by liking, subscribing, by commenting. YouTube values those kind of things and improves the relevance of my videos. There are some comments that came in, very important, and I'll take some time to read out some of the comments. Peace Annabelle, she said, "I love your channel. The content is an eye-opener." Clap, clap, clap. He also said, "Thank you for sharing your idea with us." Clap, clap, clap. Love. Peace Annabelle, I appreciate your comments. It is an eye-opener for me as well. Some of the things they told me, I didn't really know how it applies to the business at that level. But because they are already in the business, they were able to have that information and piece it together and give us. Another comment that came in is from Shoe Place. Shoe Place said, "Wow, this is an eye-opener. I've always wondered how provision store owners survive." Nice one, Paschal. Thank you very much, Shoe Place. This is an eye-opener for most of us. We got a comment again from Mr. Sylvester. Said, "Paschal, oh, see my life. I'm already thinking of provisions business, but let me still wait for the analysis of other top 10 businesses you outlined. Meanwhile, I must say that this indeed is an in-depth analysis." Thank you very much, Ebele. I appreciate your comment, and it's going to be loaded. Some of the in-depth analysis, you will never believe some of the information that these people give out, and if you are not in it, you will never know. So watch this channel for more of those tips. Let's pop over to Facebook. We have Salu Ahmed Adenoye. How possible for one to start this business with 300,000 naira as startup capital? Include those expenses. He's already going into the business and he has a budget already. You have been replied, Ahmed. Thank you very much for the comment. I'm shocked. Etel Etigan said, "When someone said her sister-in-law earns 15 to 20,000 naira a week, I assume this is gross profit, and 15 to 20,000 naira a week is probably from a small store, and it's a reasonable income. You can survive on that in Nigeria." Erickson Silvanus said, "I want to start this business in my hometown, as though combining wholesales and retail. How much do you think can be as startup capital? Budget is 500,000 naira." Erickson, you'll be replied, and this is just wow. Ebuchelem Teolina said, "Retail provision is very lucrative. No one comes in to buy without paying." That's very important. A lot of people are owed in their businesses, but most people that go to buy stuff, they are just small stuff, and they actually really pay easily. Falaye Bolaji, retailer even make more than distributors. That's true. Distributors usually have their set prices, but a retailer can sell depending on the area or vicinity they are. And just keep the comments coming in. On Twitter there are comments as well, and I will reply as many as possible. We need to grow this 2020. So go out there and be the best provision stores business in your vicinity. You have all the information that you need to prosper. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Paschal Okwara. This is Top 10 Nigeria, and I'm out.